come to you with a shoe review. It's too much right. Today I have a full review on Rothy's products for you, and they are basically a shoe that is fully recycled, and they make ballet flats. So they offer it in either the point or the regular flat option, which these are basically just like a cap toe flat, and they come in a bunch of different colors with different colored soles at the bottom. It says Rothy's right in the footbed of it. So a little background behind Rothy's. First off, I love where their name came from, which is like a mashup of the founders' names, but that is such a fun name to me, and it's something that really sticks out. I don't really know anything else that sounds like that, so I feel like in the name alone it's different. So to start, I'll just give you a close-up of one of the shoes so that you can see all that I am talking about. And just a disclaimer, these have all been worn by me already because when I came to you with a review, I wanted to have a little background behind it. I've worn these outside, in the world, and in puddles, as you will soon find out. Yarn fibers are made from PET water bottles, which is fully recycled, and they have a full description on their website of how they make it. But I know that they're fully recycled, which is amazing. To consume from a company that makes recycled products is already lessening that carbon footprint or consumeristic footprint that we have. They are also 100% vegan and latex free. Obviously is a huge draw for all of us fans of animals out there, which I feel like should be everyone. And good for those people who are allergic to latex, so these won't bother you. The shoes themselves don't stretch out, so they are very flexible and like stretchy in and of themselves, but they're never gonna lose their shape and like stretch out to where you can't wear them anymore. So while they stretch, they don't stretch out. They also say that they run true to size unless you have very wide feet or suffer from bunions. And to be completely honest, I am a size 5, like true to form 5 usually, and they don't carry a 5. So I tried it in a 6 because I love the concept behind this company, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it. Because if not, they've got a return policy that I can follow. And I will tell you, while these fit and I can walk around them and they're comfortable, I could probably benefit from a size down. So I will still say that these run true to size, but they work for a size lower, if that makes sense. So if you want more room in it, which sometimes I do, I don't think I've ever talked about this on my channel. I used to have bunions and I had lapidus surgery on both feet. And so I don't have bunions anymore, but flats were always hard for me because bunions are not pretty, but they're a real thing that a lot of us suffer from. So they explicitly put that on their website, that these are bunion friendly. You just may need to order a size up. And I love that. So even though I've had the surgery, one of my feet still looks like it has a slight bunion on it. It's very minimal compared to what I used to have. And this still accommodates it. I can't wear all shoes because the surgery has left me with scarring on top of my feet and actually just on one foot. So it's really hard for me to wear a certain type of shoe. But these have been super easy for me to wear and also very comfortable, which is amazing. And sometimes post-surgery scars, your feet can really swell, and it's been a few years since, so mine don't swell as badly anymore, but I really wish I had had these after surgery because they would have been awesome. My doctor always encouraged me to wear very supportive shoes, but if you ever looked for really supportive shoes, they're hideous for almost the entirety of them. So I know there are some exceptions out there, but they're usually at a really ridiculous price point, whereas these are right around $120 to $140, and I think that's a lot more reasonable than a lot that I had found when I was looking post-surgery for what I could wear. I feel like they also accommodate narrow feet. The way they're designed and the fibers that are used, they can either stretch out or keep your foot right in the center depending on what you need. So I think this is a very versatile shoe. I know there's a lot that are like either it's for wide or thin feet, but it really doesn't work for the other, and that's not the case for these. They also do not give you blisters, which is my main issue with ballet flats. They don't give you blisters because not only do they stretch with your foot as you walk, but they also have this little lining on the back but it's very soft back there. And this also moves with you. So it's not binding or hard, like it won't let you move. It will let you move, and it's also soft back there. And there is no breaking in period. That is the biggest conundrum in my mind when we buy an expensive or nice pair of shoes and we have to break them in. And I get that like leather and stuff like that, you do have to break in, but I don't understand for a lot of shoes why we need to break those in, because shouldn't they be good from the get-go? And these are. So I really have loved that. I work retail and I'm on my feet all day, every day. And so my feet hurt a lot. And if I wear a pair of new shoes on the first day to work, I kick myself by like noon because my feet usually hurt, and these were not the case. They're super comfortable. What's also really neat about them is that these shoes are machine washable, and I actually was able to try this out for everyone because one day I left my car and it was perfectly fine out, but because I live in Indiana, after I was done with dinner, I walked out to literally probably a 6-inch deep puddle right beside my car where I had to get in. There was no avoiding it. Like there was the same puddle on the other side of my car, so I couldn't even like crawl through the passenger side. And so it was this pair that I was wearing, which I am obsessed with the colors. So when I saw this puddle, I was like, no. I'm gonna hover my ass all the way into my car. I don't really know how, but I am not ruining these shoes because it was literally day one of wearing them. And I'm like, it's fine, I'll just take my shoes off. And then I was like, no, these are supposed to be washable. So I'm just gonna do it. So I did. And by the way, it was December in Indiana. So my little ankle plunged into a really deep, freezing cold puddle so that I could get in my car. And I took them off right when I got in the car because I was not going to drive home with soaking wet feet. And so I set them beside me on my drive home, and then I got home and immediately threw them in the washer, which you just take the insert out like that. It comes out super easy. There's nothing to like yank out of it, or you don't have to cut any stitches. And I threw them in the wash. They suggest to use a mild detergent, no bleach, and a gentle cycle. So that is what I did, which is actually basically how I wash all my clothes, but I did them with light gray towels, so there was no like bleeding, and I did it in cold water. So again, these wouldn't like bleed over anything, and they didn't. And I then let them air dry, and it did take, I think I left them out a whole day while I went to work, and then I came home and I was so afraid to like put them on again because I'm like, they probably just won't be as soft because I messed them up. But I'm so thrilled to announce that they were not. They were perfectly fine. There was also like a nice little mud fleck right on this red piece where you could visibly see it. And I just gently took water to it and like hand treated it myself. I didn't even have soap on it. I just like spot treated it before I threw it into the wash, and that was gone when I pulled them out. So I am so impressed. I feel like when most people say that, you know, easily washed or hand treat, I'm like, so I was thrilled to see that the washing process for these was genuinely as easy as they make it sound. And they also let you know on their website that whenever these have been fully used or washed or reworn or anything like that to their full extent, they also have a recycling program for them through Plus Foam, and you can find that on their website too. So whenever I get all the wear that these puppies have to offer, I will be doing that with them. And I think that is awesome because even when companies make their products from recycled goods, I don't see a way to recycle them after other than like give them to Goodwill and recycle that way, which I do. I donate to Goodwill majority of my clothes once I'm done with them, and that's great too, but it's nice to actually be able to recycle them to where they can go to something else good other than to be used as clothing after they're done with it. So I really encourage you guys to at least check out their site. Like I said, they're right around the $120, $140 price point, which I feel like is pretty reasonable for a good pair of flats, because these are in like a design and in colors that I could see myself wearing in perpetuity until I really do wear them out, which I feel like a lot of shoes today are made to be worn like 3 times before they look awful. So to invest in something that will actually carry you through at least a few years seems more worthwhile to me. I had never heard of them until I found them on Facebook, which I don't really look at Facebook that often anymore. But they've been like widely recognized. I hadn't seen them before. So I wanted you guys to know about them. I have some friends that also have foot problems like I do. and I think that they're a really good solution for that. So if you do decide to order and decide that these will bring value to your everyday, like they brought value to mine, I do have a code for them, and it is it's A McMullen 20, but the capitalization does matter, so I will leave that down below for you if you do decide to order. I would love to see what you got and how you styled it, and you can just tag me on Instagram or direct message me there. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.